Tote bags are an easy first sewing project. They're very useful, who can't use another bag, and make great gifts. I'm here with Beth Huntington today, the Renegade Seamstress, and she is going to show us an easy tote bag project and then maybe an accessory that can go with it as well. All right, let's get started, Beth.
Well, this, like you said, is a great first project to make because it's just 3 straight seams, and you can just find any kind of fabric. It works best if you use a heavier fabric. So decide how you want to have your pattern, and you want to cut 2 16 by 18 inch pieces out of the, you could do 2 different colors if you wanted to.
That would be fun, or like a pattern and a solid.
Yeah, that would actually be really cute. So you put it together with the right sides together and make sure that your pattern is going the same direction.
On both sides.
So these arrows happen to both be pointing down now, and then you're going to pin along 3 sides of your rectangle there.
To hold it in place.
To hold it in place while you're sewing. So I will just put a few pins in there. I'm just going to put like 3 on each side, I think. You could do more if you felt like you wanted to keep it together a little bit.
This fabric isn't particularly slippery though, so we'll just kind of stay together.
Yes. And especially when you're first starting out, you definitely want to use pins if this is a first project for you, so you can keep it together. So we've got it pinned together like that, and then you're going to start at the top, and then you'll end up going down the 3 sides, and you won't have to stop in the middle. So just, and it would be fun. You could actually do a coordinating thread if you wanted to. I just am using white for this, but you could use something different if you wanted to.
So the thread on the inside isn't going to show, but when we do our top seam, you could pick a different color to sort of accent the bag.
Yes. So I'm doing a 1/2 inch seam and just a straight seam down.
Do you have to use like a heavy duty thread or anything to make the tote sturdier, or is just regular thread okay?
You could, if you wanted to, use a little bit heavier thread. I usually use regular thread because it's, you know, I'm not using anything or putting anything too heavy in there. But you would just use if you were using denim for this, then you would want to change your needle and make sure that you use a denim needle. Okay. And then you can trim off your extra threads. And so you've just got a rectangle, and what you'll want to do at the bottom corners is just make a diagonal cut.
Right, so you can, so it gets a sharp corner, because with this extra fabric, you're not going to be able to do that. Okay, I just want to make sure. There we go, it's cut inside the seam. And I'll do that there. That way when we turn it out, it's going to be nice and clean.
And just make sure you don't snip your stitching.
Yeah, I know.
And so before we turn it inside out though, or turn it right side out, we're going to fold down the top edge. And we'll fold it down a 1/2 inch, and then fold it down another 1/2 inch, and then you can press it first and then sew it.
Okay. Okay, so we've ironed down the hem, and now we're ready to finish it off. And this would be the place where we could use a contrasting thread, but we are going to use the white.
Just white for this one. But so yes, we'll just another straight seam right next to the fold. I'm just going to do a straight stitch. They'll go forward, back a little bit, about 3 or 4 stitches, and then continue on. So when you're finished with this, then you're going to turn it right side out. This is the fun part because you can really see it. Yeah, you see what it's going to look like.
Oh, it's cute.
And then just poke out the corners. And if you have a chopstick or something, you can use that, or just use your finger to do that. And then
that's an adorable bag. So now what's next?
Let's do straps.
Okay.
And straps you can make out of a lot of different things. You could make them out of an old leather belt. You can make it out of webbing like this one that I did. This actually I found at a yard sale, and it's just some webbing. I'm not sure it was in a roll, and I thought that was cute. And you need 1.5 yards. And so when you get your 1.5 yards, just fold that in half and cut it.
And cut it in half, okay. This is nice and sturdy. I think it's whatever you use as a strap, it's important for it to be sturdy.
To be sturdy, yes. So what you'll do is you'll just place it on the outside. You could do it on the inside of your bag if you wanted to, if you didn't want to see any seams. Or I kind of like putting it on the outside of the bag.
I like that too.
So you'll be putting it about like this.
But this seems like it's going to be the most complicated part of the project. Is this hard or no?
Not really. It's not really. And you'll pin that on there. Here you could do another contrasting thread, but you're going to sew a square and then an X. So if you know how to sew a square and sew an X, it won't be too hard.
And that really reinforces the handle, all of that stitching, probably.
Yeah, so you'll just sew right down, make a little square around there, and then put an X through the middle.
All right, let's
So
see
we'll
it.
do that. And then when you get all the way around the square, you're going to leave your needle in, and then lift up your presser foot.
Oh.
And then you can go at an inch, from corner to corner.
You don't even need to take it out.
No, you don't. And then just go down again to the other corner, leave it in, and lift it up, and turn. Go back over that same stitch you did
Yeah.
to the other corner. So then just lift up your needle and pull it out, and then you've got a nice X, which would be really pretty if you wanted to be real precision and do another color on there. That would look really pretty.
All right, first of the 4 done.
Right.
Should we finish it up?
Yes. And there you have your new bag.
That turned out really cute. And really, I mean, this project would take less than a half hour. It's taken us much less than that. So for a first-time sewer, it's a really fun way to start. You've also made these adorable little pouches, which would be a great addition to this for your own personal use or for a gift. We don't have time to talk about how to make these right now, but if you visit your website, which is renegadeseamstress.com,
Yes.
you can find instructions on how to make these pouches. They do have a zipper, but it's not as hard as you would think.
No, it isn't. And I've got the step-by-step instructions for you on there. So
Thank you so much for coming to see me today. It was really fun and, of course, informational.
thank you for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Come back soon.
Thank you.